Welcome everyone to today's video, where we'll be showcasing the transformation journeys of our patients. So, let's begin with the journeys of our first two patients and see how their hair transplant results transformed their appearance and boosted their confidence.
Some journeys don't begin with noise, they begin with belief. This is the story of our two real patients at different stages of hair loss, one with Norwood grade 3 baldness and the other with diffuse grade 6 baldness. Norwood pattern baldness usually starts with a receding hairline or thinning at the temples, while diffuse pattern baldness causes overall thinning across the scalp without a clear hairline. Knowing your type of hair loss is the first step to choosing the right treatment. If you are ready to transform your look and regain your confidence, QHT Clinic is in Haridwar, Delhi, Gurugram, and Hyderabad. Book your consultation today and take the first step towards your own transformation. Their journeys did not happen overnight. They began with doubt, hope, and patience. Slowly, healing started. Strand by strand, confidence returned, self-belief grew, and the mirror began telling a kinder story. Healing takes time, and patience grows results. Now imagine this is you, searching for a real solution, and then finding this video. A video that answers everything from hairline design to graft placement and PRP sessions. These are not just procedures, because it's a real hair transformation story. And this video could be the beginning of yours. So now let's move to their before condition and step by step learn about their complete journey. This is our patient 1 before condition, where our experts analyze their scalp, checking their baldness grade, donor area quality, and overall hair density in detail. Let's take a closer look at the condition of all these two patients and understand how, despite facing different grades of baldness, one thing remained common: their strong donor area that played a key role in their successful transformations. Patient 1 was facing the challenges of Norwood grade 3 baldness. His hairline had significantly receded, also temples had completely vanished, and his frontal area also showed noticeable thinning, which affected his overall facial appearance. The rest of his scalp, however, was fully filled with hair, and he had a thick, strong, and healthy donor area, which played a crucial role in the success of his procedure. This robust donor region allowed for precise graft extraction and proper placement, enabling him to achieve dense, natural, and truly impressive results. Patient 2 was struggling with diffuse grade 6 baldness. His hairline had completely receded, forming an M-shaped pattern, while the frontal tuft was severely damaged. Thinning was also visible in the mid-scalp and crown, indicating the need for a transplant. In the frontal tuft area, only miniaturized follicles remained, which had significantly affected his facial frame. Fortunately, the rest of his scalp still contained healthy hair follicles, providing a solid foundation for treatment. His donor area was strong and dense, offering healthy grafts that became a crucial part of his successful transformation journey. These were the initial conditions of our two patients, each facing a different grade of baldness, yet sharing one powerful advantage: a strong donor area, which became the foundation of their remarkable transformations. Now let us move forward and see how our experts carefully designed their perfect and natural-looking hairlines. If you are facing similar hair problems, share your scalp pictures with our experts. They will guide you on whether you need a hair transplant or a medication plan. Now let us move to the next and one of the most important steps of our two patients' journey. After a thorough examination of the entire scalp, our experts began by trimming the hair and giving each patient a proper head wash. This helped remove dirt, excess oil, and dead skin cells, creating a clean and smooth surface for precise and accurate markings. While designing the hairline, our experts carefully evaluated each patient's facial proportions, bone structure, and level of baldness. Every marking was done with complete precision, keeping the natural balance and harmony of the face in mind. For patient 1, a customized hairline was designed to restore his natural appearance. The position of the new hairline was carefully measured from the glabella point to ensure perfect facial symmetry. Along with the hairline, the temples were also designed while keeping his facial features in focus. The remaining affected frontal areas that required coverage were clearly marked, and the donor area was marked as well. For patient 2, the hairline was again measured from the glabella point. In his case, the experts marked not only the hairline, but also the affected frontal, mid-scalp, and crown areas. The donor area was also precisely marked to ensure optimal graft planning. These markings were not just lines drawn on the scalp, they were the blueprints of transformation. They guided the surgical team, defined the recipient zones, and ensured that every single graft placement contributed to a result that looks natural, balanced, and aesthetically perfect from every angle. After the markings were complete, we moved on to the slit creation process, one of the most crucial steps in a hair transplant. Within the pre-marked zones, our surgeons carefully created tiny slits that determined the exact direction, angle, depth, and density of each graft. For patient 1, an advanced zigzag technique was used while designing the hairline to achieve a soft, natural, and seamless appearance. The temple areas were also treated with extreme precision, with slits created carefully to match the natural hair growth pattern. Each slit was customized according to the patient's facial proportions and baldness pattern, ensuring perfect balance and natural-looking growth. After the slits were completed, our experts began the graft extraction and implantation process, carefully following the direction and angulation created during the slit formation. Now, let's understand the graft procedure for each patient, one by one. For patient 1, single and thin hair follicles were implanted in a natural zigzag pattern to design the hairline. The same type of follicles was implanted in the temple zone, which helped enhance his overall facial frame. In the frontal zone, double and triple hair follicles were implanted to achieve natural volume and density. In total, 3,300 grafts were implanted, all carefully extracted from the safe donor zone. Patient 2 had a more advanced stage of baldness compared to patient 1. To maintain a soft and natural hairline, single and thin follicles were first implanted in the hairline zone. Double and triple follicles were then placed in the frontal and mid-scalp areas to improve density. In the crown region, grafts were implanted in a natural swirl pattern using single, double, and triple follicles at varying angles to match natural hair growth. In this case, a total of 4,000 grafts were implanted. All these follicles are naturally resistant to DHT, which helps ensure long-lasting and natural-looking results. You may have noticed this consistency in our previous videos, and you will see it once again at the end of this video. If you also want your procedure to be done with such precision, then book your slot today. Now let us move toward the patient follow-ups and see how their results have progressed over time. 1 month after the transplant, patient 1 returned to the clinic for his first follow-up PRP session. During this visit, our experts observed nearly 60% shedding across the transplanted area, which is a completely normal and expected phase of the hair restoration process. At the same time, showing healthy recovery with no visible signs of stress or damage. 2 months after the transplant, the shedding phase was still ongoing on the patient's scalp, which is a normal part of the healing process. At the same time, his native hair had already started growing naturally, indicating healthy scalp recovery. The donor area had healed so well that it was completely undetectable, and no one could tell that grafts had been extracted from that region. This remarkable recovery clearly reflected that these results were achieved in just 2 months of growth. Just 6 months after the transplant, patient 1 achieved truly remarkable and life-changing results. When we compare his current appearance with his initial condition, the transformation is clearly visible. His hairline is now well-defined with perfectly framed temples, which beautifully enhance his overall facial appearance. The frontal area has gained impressive volume and density, something he was missing in his initial condition. Overall, his look has changed completely. He is now able to cut and style his hair freely, and the transplanted hair looks completely natural. These early results may vary from patient to patient and largely depend on how well the precautions and dietary guidelines advised by the doctor are followed. At present, we have documented only the patient's 6-month journey, and we will continue to share further progress with you as his journey continues. You can also begin your journey by simply giving us a call or sharing your pictures with us. Our specialists will carefully assess your condition and guide you towards the most suitable treatment option according to your needs. Now let's move on to the follow-ups and results of patient 2. 1-month follow-up of patient 2. 1 month after the hair transplant, approximately 60% shedding was visible on the scalp. This is a completely normal and expected phase of the hair transplant process. At the same time, the patient's native hair had already begun to grow, and the donor area had fully healed, indicating a healthy and successful recovery. 4 months after the transplant, the shedding phase was completely over, and new hair growth had visibly begun, especially in the frontal area. His native hair continued to grow naturally and blended seamlessly with the transplanted hair, resulting in a uniform and well-balanced appearance. The donor area had fully healed, clearly indicating that in the coming months, the patient would begin to experience noticeable, dense, and impressive results. 7 months after the transplant, the patient had achieved complete and mature results, which is scientifically considered the ideal time frame for a full hair transplant transformation. When comparing his before and after conditions, the difference is clearly dramatic and highly noticeable. His hairline is now perfectly framed. The frontal area has gained excellent volume and density. The mid-scalp appears even, and the crown has developed a natural swirl pattern, all of which beautifully enhance his overall facial appearance. The patient can now cut, style, and manage his hair freely, exactly the way he desires, just like natural hair. In the cases of both our patients, patient 1 achieved visible results within 6 months, while patient 2 showed results in 7 months. These early outcomes can vary from patient to patient. They depend on several factors, including the stage of baldness and whether the patient has properly followed the prescriptions and post-procedure care advised by our doctors. Scientifically, hair transplant results vary for every individual, which is why comparing scalp conditions at this stage is not appropriate. Final and complete hair transplant results are typically achieved within 10 to 12 months. If you're also facing similar challenges, then right now, share your scalp picture with our experts, and they'll guide you on what works best for you. FAQs 1. How do I know which type of baldness I have? Hair loss patterns vary from person to person. A detailed scalp analysis by an expert helps identify whether you have Norwood pattern baldness, diffuse pattern baldness, or another type, which is essential for choosing the right treatment plan. 2. How many grafts do I need for a hair transplant? The number of grafts depends on factors such as the grade of baldness, area to be covered, hair density, and donor area strength. Only a proper consultation and scalp examination can determine the exact graft requirement. 3. Is hair transplant result the same for every patient? No. Hair transplant results vary from patient to patient. Factors like age, extent of baldness, scalp condition, donor area quality, and adherence to post-procedure instructions play a major role in final outcomes. 4. When can I expect final results after a hair transplant? Although early results may appear between 6 to 7 months, complete and mature results are scientifically achieved within 10 to 12 months after the procedure. 5. How can I start my hair restoration journey? You can begin by sharing your scalp pictures or booking a consultation with our experts. They will assess your condition and guide you toward the most suitable treatment plan for you. This was the complete transformation of all 2 patients. We hope you found their journeys inspiring, because turning a bald look into a bold look is never easy. It requires expert planning, advanced technology, and most importantly, the patient's trust. If you also want to transform your appearance completely, don't wait. Book your consultation with our experts today and begin your journey towards a new, confident you.
You've just seen the transformation journeys of our first two patients. Now, let's move on to our next patient and take a look at their hair transplant journey.
Have you ever felt like your confidence was being destroyed by something you couldn't control? For me, it was baldness. Imagine being in your early 30s, successful, yet constantly battling low confidence because of something as simple as hair loss. It's not just about how you look, it chips away your self-esteem and affects everything, your career, relationships, and personal life. I used to love going on dates and being social, but baldness made me avoid even the simplest interactions. That's when I decided to take action and choose a hair transplant. Hi everyone, my name is Adi. I'm here at QHT Haridwar to get my luscious hair back. I'm really excited for it and let's see how it goes. And I got to know about this from one of my cousins who was here 2 years ago. I mean, he did his transplant from QHT Haridwar and the results were like super good. His hair has gone back to the original length he had. And looking at him, I was like, okay, I should do it as well. And hence I came to QHT Haridwar. I read all the reviews on Google and it was amazing. All the people had good comments about it, which made me believe, okay, this is the right place for me to go. So yes, here I am and hoping for the best. To what I remember, I think 2 years ago, I started seeing my hair because but now you used to take a shower and then I used to see my hair on the floor. I got a bit concerned, but at that time I was like, okay, it's normal. But soon after that, like 3 months into that, I started losing a lot of hair and my confidence was under the belt. I was like, shit, because I was always obsessed with my hair and I never thought I'd lose my hair. I was like 30 years old at that time. So it did hamper my confidence and I think I'm going to regain it soon once I do my surgery over here at QHT. To an extent, it did professionally, but I was more worried about my personal life because I am not married still, and it's always good to go on dates and with a huge chunk of hair on your head, and rather than wearing a cap or going bald. I don't prefer. I mean, men are super confident being bald, but I'm not. So yeah, it did hamper me in that way. And as I said, me being obsessed with my hair since I was like 5 years old, and me losing that hair was very much degrading my confidence. So yes, it did affect my personal and professional life as well. Being an Indian, yes, I did try a lot of remedies at home. I tried onions, rosemary oil, everything that my parents suggested, and nothing helped. To be honest, I was thinking that okay, this some sort of oil is going to help, but it was like actually degrading my hair fall. So I think I should have been here last year, but in the I was like, no, let me try at home first, and that didn't work out. So yes, I think it's better to get a hair transplant rather than trying the home remedies, sitting at home and not consulting proper dermatologists and people over here, right? Okay, so parents, they're not very much keen on me getting a hair transplant because as per them, Ayurveda and science doesn't go hand in hand. They're like, okay, this is something natural, you cannot grow it back. So it's probably a challenge for me to show to them that, okay, I can get my hair back as well. And probably they'll be happy in the end, but as of now, they don't really approve me getting a hair transplant. So yeah, I'm waiting for them to see the results in the next 3 to 6 months. I won't say it is genetics because no one in my family has lost hair. Because I live in Sydney, I think is the water over there, it didn't suit me. Also, some chunks of my lifestyle, because in Sydney, there's a huge culture of drinking beers every day. And I did participate in that in a big manner. But I think that is one of the reasons, and stress at work, because there was a lot of sleepless nights when I used to like just be up and keep working on AI and data and all that for the reports, which has to be submitted the next day. So I think, yeah, part of my lifestyle and the change of water when I went to Sydney, and maybe that's the biggest. So yes, my work is definitely stressful. I work as a data analyst for a construction company. And as I was having a conversation with you, so AI has been a major role. AI has played a major role in IT and data, and this has just came into the game, right? So me learning AI, and on the contrary, I'm working in the old school manner as well, has given me a lot of stress. So I think work-related stress was the biggest stress in my life. And I could say that this could be a major reason for my hair loss. I see myself with full of hair. I want long hair. I want my long hair back. I'll show you photos once we're done with this interview. I had like super long hair, and I did straighten them. I did put keratin on them just once in life. So I don't think that was the reason. But yeah, I see myself with luscious long hair. It's like Tere Naam looks probably. Okay, I'm feeling excited. Okay. I'm a bit anxious too, because I've never had anesthesia on my head. But yeah, I'm mostly excited, and I'm just waiting for this surgery to be over so that I can get my hair back soon, man. People will understand this who've lost hair. And I think more people who've lost hair should come over here and get it done, rather than putting onion oil on that. All right, finally I am going in for the further process, and I'm excited about it. And I'm also excited to come back to you guys in 6 months and show you guys my hair. And I'll see you guys after that then. Thank you. Thank you so much.
This was my before condition, which was carefully and thoroughly analyzed by the experts at QHT Clinic. My hairline had completely receded with only a few hairs left in the frontal tuft. The frontal area was visibly damaged, and there was clear thinning in the mid-scalp and crown areas where a hair transplant was absolutely necessary. Thankfully, the doctors informed me that my donor area was strong, thick and healthy with good quality hair follicles. This played a very important and significant role in the success of my hair transplant journey. After the detailed scalp analysis, the QHT experts moved ahead with the next crucial step of hairline designing and slit creation. Before starting the markings, my hair was neatly trimmed and my scalp was thoroughly washed to remove any oil, dirt or impurities. Once the scalp was clean, the doctors designed a natural-looking hairline, carefully maintaining correct facial proportions by measuring the exact distance from the glabella point. After this, the entire recipient area was precisely marked, which helps to achieve complete facial frame. Once the marking was completed, the experts began creating slits on the scalp. These slits help decide the correct direction, angle, and placement of the grafts. The slits were created with great precision, making the graft implantation process smoother and helping achieve natural, dense, and aesthetically pleasing results. If you also want your perfect hairline back, then comment hairline. After the marking and slit creation were completed, the doctors began the graft implantation process on my scalp. In the hairline zone, only single and thin hair follicles were implanted to ensure a soft and natural looking hairline. In the frontal area, excluding the frontal tuft and the mid-scalp region, double and triple hair follicles were implanted to achieve optimal density and coverage. For the crown area, graft implantation was performed by following the natural swirl pattern of hair growth. A balanced combination of single, double, and triple hair follicles was used to maintain a realistic and natural appearance. Additionally, the QHT technique was used during my surgery. This is the same technique that was used in my cousin's case, through which he achieved excellent and very natural-looking results. If you want to know more about the procedure, comment hair transplant. Our experts will tell you every aspect of hair transplant.
Hey, so my name is Aditya. I've just got done with my surgery upstairs. It was phenomenal. I didn't feel like I was going for a surgery. I mean, my OT experience was phenomenal. Everything was done in a way that I didn't feel like I'm a patient over there. Starting from putting anesthesia in, it didn't pain much. they were using some sort of new techniques with the vibrator, that it didn't feel like that they were putting on some anesthesia. And once I had been put on an anesthesia, I didn't feel anything after that. Every 5-10 minutes, people were asking me, how are you, how's it going? And people were talking to me. They didn't make me feel like that I was going through an intensive surgery, to be honest. And it took more than 6-7 hours. And they also fed me some lunch in between. We had minimal breaks. So overall, it was great. And I'm gonna be here in after 5 days to get a hair wash. So probably I'll get some hair by then. Doctors, nurses, everybody was like over the top, man. Doctors, I think the doctor came in thrice. She was just checking on me. Hey, hi Aditya, how you doing? And she was just checking on my pulses and everything. And the nurses were there all the time. And they were like 2 boys who were sitting and they were doing my procedure, and they were like talking to me all the time. And they were asking me about my stuff so that so that my mind gets always busy, right? So that was good. Actually, it did help. So yeah, thinking about that, I was really nervous at that time. My blood pressure was going really high, and the doctor said, "You're being anxious. Everything is okay with you." But now I'm done with the surgery. I was thinking, why was I anxious? Everything was like super chill up there. And it didn't actually feel like a surgery. I've been through other surgeries in life, but this didn't feel like a surgery at all. There was no pain. I think nobody should be frightened of hair transplants. I've broken a bone, I've broken a thumb. That surgery was more intense than this hair transplant. So I think nobody should be afraid of that. And if you are balding, if you are losing your confidence because of your hair, I think you should definitely come over here and get it done. Get it out of your way. I got 4,000 grafts, which was enough. I was suggested 3,500, but eventually when the pictures were taken, I needed more grafts, and I was okay with it, because if you're doing the hair transplant once, you better get it done in the right way rather than just putting less grafts. I am more than satisfied with that. And the good thing is I have a little patch in between, so the lady was like, you have strong hair over there. Don't need to put more hair on top of that. So they left it on purpose, that you don't need extra grafts for that. So that was I like that part, that okay, they're not asking me to pay more or maybe use more grafts. They were like, no, you have good hair in the middle, so which is good. Right. So I'm gonna be here on the 7th, after the 5th day from today, for my head wash. And then I'm going to see you guys again. So stay tuned for the video, and hopefully everything goes well, which I am very sure will be.
Now, let's understand the precautions and care that the doctors advised me to follow after the surgery. Most importantly, I was instructed not to touch or rub the transplanted area, as the implanted follicles are very delicate. The donor area bandage should be removed after 24 hours, while the forehead bandage should stay in place until the head wash day to prevent swelling. The donor area should be gently cleaned twice a day with saline or lukewarm water, and ointment should be applied for faster healing. I was advised to sleep straight for 5 to 7 days, avoid heavy workouts for 45 days, not wear a helmet for 1 month, wear a surgical cap for 15 to 20 days, and avoid direct sunlight for at least 1 month. So guys, this was my complete hair transplant surgery journey. Going forward, you will continue to see more updates of my journey right here on the QHT channel. If you also wish to experience a similar transformation and regain your confidence, book your consultation today. Thank you for watching.
हेलो फ्रेंड्स, अगर आपने अभी तक हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया है तो प्लीज इस वीडियो को लाइक कीजिए, शेयर कीजिए और हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कीजिए। और ध्यान रहे, बेल आइकन दबाना ना भूलें, जिससे हमारे हर वीडियो का अपडेट आपको समय समय पर मिलता रहेगा।